Okay, so it seems that there's been a little bit more in terms of the Ironmouse situation, which again is getting extremely tiring to talk about because this just seems to be getting dragged on like for months now. It's been months, and there's still people continuing over on TikTok, which I kind of wanted to talk about, as well as a clip from CDawg and Ironmouse talking about a lot of the kind of stuff that people have been saying about them and the kind of negative, feedback they've been getting. Because to be fair, despite all of this kind of stuff blowing up, Ironmouse hasn't given into it at all, which I think is honestly the best way to go because this will obviously drown out eventually. These people will stop. These people will get fed up because, again, she won't talk about it. She won't kind of give them that kind of attention that, maybe they want. And yeah, they'll go away. Obviously, it's common like bully tactics, right? You don't really give into them and they leave you alone, which which is crazy that we're talking about this on the internet with some random person who really hasn't done much wrong, right? I think it is crazy. But yeah, essentially this clip came out, obviously being CDawg VA, thanks chat for being kind when the internet is being mean to Ironmouse. And this is the clip, obviously we'll play it and then we'll talk about it.
Oh, that's right.
I am not a flat earther, Connor.
That's what the clips are saying.
I just think it's funny. Well, clips say a lot of things about me these days.
Really?
And most of it is untrue.
Yeah, people just make shit up.
People just straight up making shit up these days.
I was telling Chad, I was thanking them for supporting me when you were gone.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you used to put up with some shit. It's not fair. I think Chad showing you support is invaluable.
It means a lot to me that they do.
I mean, so it's so easy to feel like, my God, like, everyone is just ducking on you and being mean. And you forget that there's people who are, supporting you and have your backs. I think it's important to show them appreciation. I appreciate you, Chat.
Yeah, I appreciate you too, Chat.
You're the goats.
Yeah, they are the goats.
I will leave you to your Mariah Carey for a game.
So yeah, obviously, a little bit there, him just thanking the chat for essentially just being nice, because again, I do think the chat has been very, very nice over this kind of time period. But again, there's been more videos that I wanted to talk about because, again, obviously this kind of directly references some of these about the facts of things being untrue. And one of the things that being untrue is these videos where essentially they're trying to say Ironmouse face reveal, Ironmouse face reveal part 2, which I think is absolutely crazy because this one video is essentially a still video. Obviously, I'm going to censor a lot of this, so you won't be able to see some of it. But obviously, you can see the title up here. But yeah, it says Ironmouse face reveal, Ironmouse face reveal part 2. And it has two pictures. It has the same pictures that we've been seeing for the past kind of other videos, right? And they're completely false. They're just random people. They are just random. Either one of them obviously is a fan of Ironmouse who cosplayed them, and one of them is also just a random person. I don't even know if they know Ironmouse, right? I don't even think that is the case. They've just picked some random, slightly bigger girl and just went, yep, that's her, and just kind of moved on with that, which I think is absolutely crazy because obviously they've put both of these pictures in the same TikTok. These two people are two completely different people. Like, just looking at them, they are two completely different people. So how are you saying this is them when they don't look the same? There's just like no context here. Now, this has over 700 likes, which again is absolutely crazy. Obviously, the comments, I'm sure, have been a little bit better. As some people say, all I see is potential, which is crazy. But people saying not even bad at all. People are just overly hateful, which again, obviously, this isn't even real. Like, these are just random people that have essentially been subject to this kind of horrid behavior, right? And obviously, I feel bad for whoever this is in these pictures because obviously they're going around saying that they're Ironmouse when this is just a random person on the internet, I'm assuming, because obviously the picture has come out, right? And again, I do think that it is horrible that they've been kind of attacked in that way. And yeah, obviously people saying taking that down with haste, say the way it's not even her, that which one is her, that's two different people, that's not even the same people. So people are even commenting that on the thing, right? Which I think is absolutely crazy. And it's crazy how they think they can fool people just by putting two different people. But the craziest part to me is, right, we went over in the last video how they were going after her music, which, as I said, you can have a different music taste. That's totally fine. You can totally not like her style of music. That's cool, right? Everyone has music taste. That's why it's a subjective thing. That's why everybody likes different genres, right? And as I said in the last video, I like certain types of music, but I don't like other certain types of music, and that's okay. So that's the same with everyone else, and it might be the opposite. But again, obviously, they've been going after a lot of our music, but one thing that they actually turned to is CDawg, which is crazy, right? Because if you don't know, obviously, sorry to break the immersion, but you guys know that Booby is, CDawg voicing it. and that is the character that goes alongside Ironmouse. And yeah, people have been going after him over his voice in the song too, because obviously he has a very, very deep voice.
How comforting that people like you never change. You underlings or stumblings.
So yeah, obviously I don't know how much I can play with that due to copyright reasons, but again, you know, people have been making fun of CDawg now for his voice, which again is crazy how it's just gone from like one thing to another. Now, as I said, at the end of the day, honestly, if all of this hate does end up just going towards CDawg, or going towards, well, again, it's not even towards CDawg itself, right? It's towards this character that he is playing. They're not even like offending like a real, but like it's weird because they haven't gone, yo, why are you attacking CDawg? No, yo, why aren't you attacking CDawg right here? Like when he's right here, right? They're not saying that. They're saying, why aren't you attacking this guy? They're like, they don't know who the guy is. Obviously, we know who he's voiced by. But again, obviously, now they're just attacking a fictional character who is voiced by somebody, but they're just attacking the fictional character. Obviously, a lot of these people are so out of the VTubing community that they don't know that Booby isn't really a VTuber that streams often or has a, like, you know, some kind of, you know, big personality, like all of these other people, like Ironmouse and people like that, who obviously stream every day using this model and, you know, would get offended. Well, I say offended, you know, probably wouldn't be happy with a ton of hate comments about our music, right? But whereas, you know, someone playing Booby here, I think it's crazy because obviously, you know, CDawg's not going to care if you don't like his part of the song. You know, it's just it's a side project thing that he's done to obviously help out Ironmouse in her music. Like, okay, like, honestly, I think it would be better if a lot of the hate went towards him because, again, I think he could deal with it a lot better because he doesn't really care, right? Again, it's a fun project thing that he worked on, and that's about it, right? It's not really going to offend him if you think he was bad. He's not exactly a singer either. He's a voice actor. So, again, I think that people going after him, honestly, might be the better play because I think that, you know, he's not going to care, and obviously it will fizzle out compared to obviously people going after Ironmouse and singing, which they are still doing, by the way, which I think is, you know, obviously insane. Obviously, a lot of people saying, you know, why are you only attacking Ironmouse when he's right here? And you can see people like, because he isn't racist. For some reason, a lot of people have been going around with the sentiment that Ironmouse is racist, which I think is crazy. You know, obviously she clearly is not. They're regarding, obviously, you know, things, for example, like the interaction with, you know, Rakai and Ray and things like that, who obviously, Ray is Asian and Rakai is black. So, you know, obviously, people were saying, oh, you're racist because, you know, you're saying you're uncomfortable with interacting with these people. That's not the case. You can be uncomfortable with any interaction with anybody, no matter what their race is. You know, I don't think it was a racially motivated, uncomfortable kind of experience, right? It is just a thing that obviously she has been harassed by them in the past, and you know, that's just the point, right? She's been harassed by them in the past. You're gonna feel uncomfortable regardless of what race they are, right? So I think that some people, you know, pretty stupid whenever it comes to that line of thinking. And as well, we got videos like this, which I thought was pretty horrible too, because obviously, you know, I know that this is a trend that they were doing a while ago with vtuber, and obviously she was getting mad at it. Now, obviously, the case is Ironmouse isn't getting mad at it. She hasn't, you know, brought any attention to it, whereas vtuber was kind of like egging it on almost by being like, no, guys, this is so untrue. Like, what the hell? Like, you know, obviously, you know, she kind of, I guess, added fuel to the fire, whereas Ironmouse hasn't talked about this at all, which I think, you know, is the best decision because, again, it will make them do it even more. But I do think the wording and the way that, you know, they say it, as you guys can hear here.
Who can sing versus rapists who can't sing for their life.
Right? I do think it's kind of crazy. And also, there's been a lot of people as well, which, again, in other kind of, what do you call it? In other posts, like, I get these posts are kind of like, you know, satirical or whatever, and it's supposed to be funny, because obviously you got, like, NBA Youngboy singing, like perfect, like, opera. Or, oh, no, sorry, we've got Flight Reacts here, I think. Singing perfect, like, opera, right? I think it's crazy. But obviously, it is, like, you know, funny, whatever, sure. But there's been a lot of people as well that have been going around calling her different names, like, for example, Iron Lung, which I thought was pretty horrible, considering, you know, her condition and everything. Now, obviously, sure, if you want to call her, like, Iron, like, Rat or whatever, like, that's even something that, you know, people even call her within her own community. That's okay, like, okay, fine, that's, like, whatever. You know, you're going to call her that because you don't like her. But I think Iron Lung, you know, considering everything, you know, that she's got going on, you guys, if you guys don't know what the Iron Lung is, it's obviously a, you know, it's a support device for like breathing and whatever whenever someone is like seriously ill. I don't think it's used anymore, but again, it is like a health device, whatever, whenever someone is seriously ill. And obviously that's supposed to be a dig at, Ironmouse's illness that she's got, which I think is actually, pretty horrible and disgusting that people are even kind of making up that kind of nickname for her. But again, at the end of the day, it's just people that are going to hate online. I do think that Ironmouse and CDawg are going the best way about it in terms of, responding to all of this kind of stuff, in the sense of not really responding and instead just thanking chat for being nice, because again, that's all you can really do at the end of the day. These people will get bored, these people will get fed up because they are not getting any bite back from this. And I do think that at the end of the day, it is pretty horrible what some of these kind of things are going around about them, but hopefully it doesn't affect them too much. Hopefully they can just kind of move past it. And at the end of the day, I do hope that a lot of the videos do stop and people just get fed up of, even trying to, I guess, provoke her at all, because it will happen. One day it will happen. One day there will be the end of the TikToks. Sure, maybe there'll be a little reverberations in the comments or whatever, but despite that, it won't be that bad. It won't be as bad as it is right now, because again, currently, I scroll through my TikTok on my phone, right, and it's just like, oh my god, there's like so many of these videos coming out, and it's like, oh, 1 hour ago. It's like, what the hell? Like, seriously, people really hate her over this, and it's just like, okay, like, sure, like, you want to defend your streamers, you want to defend whatever, but again, honestly, I think they're a little bit more parasocial than VTuber viewers, I'm gonna be honest, right? But anyways, I do think it was a pretty interesting situation. Just kind of wanted to talk about it, and it is good to see that obviously they're in pretty good spirits, and obviously chat has been super nice as well in terms of keeping this all positive and hopefully moving forwards and doing some other stuff. But yeah, that's about all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kaz to get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.